Hi plant friends, it's almost the end of orchid season. Some of my spikes have started to drop their flowers, some have started to yellow, so this is a perfect time to do my spring maintenance. I've had this orchid arrangement for quite a long time. It's been probably about 8 years. It started off with 3 orchids in one pot. Now she's produced a keiki. This is keiki number 1, and this one's protruding out of the side of the pot. Then we've got keiki number 2, which is almost a full-size orchid. Last year it bloomed 1 spike. This year she's got 2 spikes. The orchids have grown quite a lot over the years. This pot used to be orchid bark, charcoal, and perlite. Now it's just a pot full of roots. These orchids are in a south-facing room, so they are getting a lot of sun, more sun than I would recommend for your orchids. You can see a lot of sun stressing on the leaves. Some of the yellowing on the leaves could be due to nutrition deficiency. These orchids produce a lot of blooms for me, and the blooms normally last until about June, sometimes a little bit longer into July. Over the years, I've been giving my orchids magnesium. I try to do this at least once a year in the spring. From what I've read online, magnesium helps your plant to absorb more micronutrients when you fertilize, so that will help with your blooms, roots, and leaves. So a couple of dashes of Epsom salt in the water, and then I like to add a bit of fertilizer. This year I'm using the Fox Farm fertilizer. When I choose a fertilizer, I like to make sure that it has some micronutrients. So I'm looking for calcium, zinc, iron, copper, and manganese. Good stuff like that to feed my orchids. Watering these orchids is actually quite easy. I pour water over the top roots, and the water slowly trickles down into the saucer. The excess water, the orchid drinks that all up. I water these orchids once a week, and every week I put a few drops of fertilizer in the water. It's normal for your orchids to drop the older leaves, and you'll know when they're about to drop their leaves. The leaves will start to yellow. I let the leaf completely yellow, practically fall off before I remove the spent leaf. For the spikes, I like to see that the spike is yellowing first before I remove the spike. Sometimes I wait until it's completely yellow before removing. If the spike's not yellow, I leave it alone. Sometimes the spike will lengthen and produce more flowers. This spike is about 3 years old. It's branched out nicely over the years. I've even accidentally broken the grow tip. For the spent flowers, I don't pull them off. I just let them fall off on their own. I try to keep these orchids very low maintenance. I water them once a week with a weak fertilized solution. In the spring, a couple of pinches of magnesium, and in the fall, I give them cool temperatures at night so they'll produce flower spikes. Although orchids prefer a bright room with no direct sun, these are getting about 4 to 5 hours of direct sun each day. They've been in the spot for quite a long time, so they've adapted to the conditions. Thanks for watching, plant friends. I hope you've enjoyed my simple spring maintenance for my 3 orchids and 2 keikis in one pot. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and follow me on Instagram at Life of Bellina.